real quick before I get into the manga haul, with Crunchyroll, I've never ordered anything from there. Actually, I don't even know if you could order something from there before. I'm not sure. I have no idea. I've only used Crunchyroll literally to watch anime. Other than that, I've not even dabbled anywhere on their website. So correct me if I'm wrong about if you could buy anything, but the packaging was great. I mean, it came in the very similar packaging. Let me see if I can lift this box up. It came in very similar packaging as I guess anytime you order books, but we're just gonna refer it to Right Stuff, and you still use your Right Stuff login. So I think they just, if anything, it seems like they just incorporated Right Stuff into what they're doing, as opposed to, all right, we're taking over Right Stuff, we're changing everything. No, the prices seem very much similar. The packaging seemed very much similar. If anything, the way you track your package has become a little better, because I know Right Stuff was using like this Alter website or something like that, as opposed to Crunchyroll is using just the USPS tracking thing. And my package actually didn't get scanned when it left, so I wasn't able to track it until it got to my city. Once it got to my city, that's when it kind of popped up. So that happens from time to time with USPS. I don't think that's a Crunchyroll thing, but if it happened to you, let me know down in the comment section below, and maybe we can talk about it and maybe get Crunchyroll to get their eyes on that. But everything came nice, neat, well compact. I will say, like, a certain volume of manga, I'll just show this real quick. Like, volume, it came in as plastic, as opposed to, I think, and then Gantz came into plastic, which I think Gantz always comes into plastic for me, but nothing else came into plastic. So that part, I don't get. Maybe it's something you can explain to me, but everything else, everything looks great. I don't think there's anything messed up. The box was well organized. So yeah, I just want to get that out of the way, because that is a big part of this. Is, yes, we're talking about manga here, but also how was my experience? And it was very, very simple, very, very easy. I had no issues whatsoever.
What's going on, everyone? It's Darian from the MangaMadHouse, and I just wanted to say that for some reason, the video cut off at the very, very beginning when I was recording. So basically, you missed the part where I had to replace 3 volumes of manga because somebody had something on a plane I was on, and it busted or spilled or whatever the case may be, and it got into my book bag. And in my book bag, I had Mob Psycho Volume 11, Happiness Volume 2, and Look Back. So all of those got like messed up somehow. So essentially, you missed like the opening spiel where I introduced the channel and just kind of where I talk about I had to replace those. But everything else should be good. Sorry about that. It won't happen again. My camera just did not record that part. So once again, my apologies, but enjoy the rest of the video.
All right, so the next manga I had to replace was Look Back. I don't know if you can tell, but it has like the same brown stains. I brought this, another manga I'm about to show, and Mob Psycho, because I was reading them all at the time. And I finished 2 of them. So it was like, I was actually reading them, but it's like, was it really worth it to getting them messed up? Not really. But yeah, Look Back is good. I really enjoyed it. If you didn't see my last video where I talked about just my thoughts on Tatsuki Fujimoto as someone who's new to the manga community and really understanding, his works and just how he tells his stories, I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan. But if you want to know more in depth of that, go ahead and watch that video. But yeah, I had to replace that as well, just because, like I said, the mysterious stain that all of a sudden got the bottom of my book bag wet, which caused my manga to get wet. Luckily, it didn't mess up my mat book, because that was something that was the first thing I was worried about. And then the next one is Happiness 2 by Shuzo Oshimi. So I've been reading Happiness. I've really enjoyed it so far. I've read the first 2 volumes. So like I said, luckily I finished this while I was on my trip, but still, I don't know if you can tell, but it's all messed up. So I had to go ahead and replace it. And what was crazy, and this is the new version, same manga, of course, just it looks a lot better and not stained. What's crazy about this is that I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this manga, and it's really difficult to find the second, at least for me, in my local stores. It was difficult for me to find volume 2. So when I finally found it, I was like, I gotta get it. And of course, I got it, read it, and then boom, it got messed up. So I don't know what to do with these 3 manga. I'll figure something out. They're messed up, so I don't really want to give them to anybody, because like I've said before, we have this like book thing in my neighborhood where you're supposed to put a book in, take a book out. I could put these in there. I don't know. Maybe I have to see the condition of the other books in there. But anyway, we move on. Speaking of happiness, I got the rest of the series as you see already. I got volume 2, but then I also got 3 to 10 to finish and complete the series as far as collecting. I like happiness. It's pretty good. It's almost like they're vampires, but at least 2 volumes in, it has not quite said they are vampires. Well, at least the main character is, and I can't remember his name. I'm reading so much manga right now. I can't remember the main character's name in here, but yeah, it doesn't quite say they're vampires. If anything, I would relate this to Tokyo Ghoul in the sense of, you have this main character who's becoming something that is not human, and they're kind of dealing with that. So you see all the ups and downs, and you kind of see them trying to fight it off, but they kind of need it to survive. And it's a very interesting read. Like I said, I am 3 or 2 volumes in, so I'm glad to have gotten these. So there is volume 3. But yeah, I really suggest you read this. Shuzu Osumi is also the person who wrote Blood on the Tracks, which I have like the first 5 or 6 volumes of and have not read it. But I think he has a good way of like telling his stories, at least so far, because I feel like we're seeing all sides of it and not just kind of, in my opinion, for lack of a better comparison, it's not like Twilight where, okay, this guy's a vampire or these people are vampires. Let's move on and tell like a completely different story. But I think we're more so seeing the change and more so seeing how it impacts the main character and the people around him, and also just introducing this whole world of Beast. I get we're going to use Beast, like I said, because they have not said vampires yet. But it's a good read. I think the other characters in here are also being developed pretty well because you're seeing the different sides of them, in terms of, like I said, how this guy becoming a vampire or whatever he is affecting those around him, whether it's through his friendships, whether it's through creating new enemies. It's just he ends up in situations that obviously would not be for a normal person. So good read. I suggest you check it out. I'll probably will have more on that as I continue to finish the series, because that's the series. It's only 10 volumes. I hope to finish soon. All right, next we have Homunculus, which I actually do not know too much about. Homunculus. It's one of those ones where I've seen it on manga suggestion videos, and it just sounded good. It just sounded good, especially when you clarify it. Well, some people say it's more of like a horror type thriller manga, and I'm very into that. I'm very, very into the dark side of manga, so I definitely want to read it. Nakoshi, age 34, lives out of his car. Between spending his days with the homeless and his nights in his vehicle, he has little to his name. When a medical student begins to stalk him, offering to pay Nakoshi a significant sum of cash to undergo a strange surgical procedure, Nakoshi initially refuses. But after his beloved car is towed, he finally agrees to take the offer and subjects himself to the operating table. What, if anything, will Nakoshi see differently once he awakes? So sounds good to me. It sounds different. I hear that it's like eerie, and this is just the first omnibus. So what is that, 1 and 2? I actually saw 3 and 4 the other day when I was out, and I didn't get it because I didn't remember all what I got, and I didn't want to look on my phone and check my order because I kind of wanted this video to just be as authentic as possible. So Homunculus, if you know anything about this and you can tell me whether or not it's good, which, like I said, I've heard it was good, but it would definitely be cool for hearing from y'all and what your opinions are on it. Let me know, and I will go ahead and get started reading on this. And if you want a video on it, then also let me know that down in the comment section below. All right, next we have 4 volumes of Jujutsu Kaisen. So I actually been watching the anime, really enjoy the anime. And I'm not caught up, but I watched like the first season. I need to watch the second season. But then I heard about the strike, about the animation strike, because their animators are having like bad working conditions. So I wanted to kind of slowly start collecting this just in case we never quite get the anime to be finished. I don't know how authentic or real those rumors are, but that's just what I hear, and I just want to be on the safe side. Plus, it's not like I never plan on collecting this anyway. It's actually, I'll just show the volumes. It's not like I never planned on collecting this anyway. It was just more so I'm in the middle of watching the anime, so I was like, nah, I'm not really in a rush. But if the rumors are true that they're going to stop animating it for a while. I don't think it'll be over forever. Like I just Jujutsu Kaisen is too big for that to happen. So I don't think it'll be over forever. However, if they do stop, then I think it'll be nice to have that manga. Also, they'll probably get bought up if there really is like a hiatus in the animation. So I want to go ahead and get those. I love Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't think there's anything to not like about it. Like it's a very good anime, at least. The visuals are good. The story is pretty good. I love the fight scenes. It's just all around, I think it's a pretty good anime. So next up I have is Gantz Omnibus number 7. I have 1 through 6 over here on my shelf. This is one that's just a slow burn as far as like collecting. If you have not heard of Gantz, where have you been? It's a very, 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 very well-renowned manga. Maybe it was an anime. I'm pretty sure it was an anime. I've never seen the anime or read the manga, so I'm out of the loop on that. I know what it's about. I know that it's a big deal. I just need to find time to read it, so I need to actually really get on that. And I actually want y'all to hold me accountable, because there's so many times where I'm doing something else and I'm really like, I really could be reading, so I can catch up on all this stuff, because I really want to read like all of this. I've only read like 10%, so I really need to stop buying and just start reading. So maybe I'll do some type of video series where it kind of holds me accountable to reading all this. But definitely check out Gantz. Like Gantz is one of the ones where I randomly will get up and just kind of skim through the pages on my shelf. So I suggest you're reading it. I think the visuals are capturing. I think that the stories, from what I'll be picking and choosing on reading, is pretty good. And if you're underage, do not read it, because there's a lot of stuff in there you do not need to see. But other than that, it's a pretty good read, at least from what I've read. So, but I need to go ahead and complete the series or get further than I am, so I can give you a better synopsis on this next time I probably pick up volume 8. And the last two manga I have for you in this video is Horimiya. Sorry, I might be mispronouncing that. By who is this? I'm not even going to pronounce the manga's name because I may mess it up, but it is from Yen Press, who is becoming one of my favorite publishers just because of some of the things they publish. But Horimiya, this is a shoujo, I believe, that was recommended to me when I did one of my last couple of videos. Someone was like, hey, you should check this out. I read the first chapter online before I bought it because I didn't know anything about it. But I wanted to take their word for it. So I read the first chapter online, thought it was good enough for me to get the first 2 volumes. So I went ahead and got it. I'll go ahead and read a little insert back here just so you know more of what it's about. And it says, at school, Kuyuko Hori is known for being smart, attractive, and popular. On the other hand, her classmate, the boring, gloomy Izumi Miyamura, oh my God, I'm butchering these names. Miyamura tends to get painted as a loser fanboy, but when a liberally pierced and tattooed, and not to mention downright gorgeous, Miyamura appears unexpectedly on the doorstep of secretly plain Jane homebody Hori. These two similarly dismiss. What the? All right, and I'll go ahead and read what it's about, so just so that you're aware. So at school, Kyoko Hori is known for being smart, attractive, and popular. On the other hand, her classmate, the boring, gloomy Izumi Miyamura, tends to get painted as a loser fanboy. But when a liberally pierced and tattooed, and not to mention downright gorgeous, Miyamura appears unexpectedly on the doorstep of secretly plain Jane homebody Hori, these two similarly dissimilar teenagers discover that there are multiple sides to every story and person. So it sounds like it's going to be a pretty good and decent read. I actually really like the artwork. That was something that kind of stuck out to me. It's not like the best artwork around, but I thought that it was, it was pretty good artwork, especially for, I think it represents what kind of series this is very well. I think the artwork fits kind of the story. So I went ahead and got that. And I will put the name of who recommended me that in the comment section below. Well, actually not in the comments. I'll flash it up on a video somewhere. But anyway, that does it for what I got from Crunchyroll. So tell me what you think. Tell me if there's anything else I should get. I will also be doing my regular manga haul because I got some stuff that is not related to this, but I felt like maybe those should be 2 separate videos. even though it's all in one big manga haul, I do feel like, I got some of this stuff. I got all this stuff from Crunchyroll, and then I got some other stuff. I think all that actually came from Barnes and Noble, which my Barnes and Noble is upping their manga section. So before, their manga section was like 2 shelves, 3 shelves. Now it's like a whole section like by itself. So I'm really excited about that. Yesterday I went in there and saw a lot of good things. So I'll definitely be making a video on that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what I need to do to continue to make these videos better. Let me know what I need to do to continue to provide the best content possible for you all. And without further ado, I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.